Art is the imitation of life. And with that being said, Sexxy Red is not an energy plant. I released a video covering a TikTok by the name of Miss Dana Dane, who I love, and I agree with every sentiment but one.
You cannot convince me otherwise that Sexxy Red is not an industry plant that was put here to help finalize the destroying of the black woman image.
Miss Dana Dane, I'm sorry, but the damage is done, and Gen Z loves ratchet and raunchy.
We're in the end game now.
See, some of us may want to blame the system, the industry, or some imaginary white man, but listen, no. We gotta accept accountability. If you're disgusted, then you disgusted with these kids, man. They nasty as fuck. And you probably would have been disgusted with one of your little friends from back in the day, but we just didn't have social media to see all the shit that we were doing. How do you think Sexxy Red can thrive nowadays as an artist when 15 years ago she couldn't? It's because she's a reflection of her audience.
Sexxy Red, you that bitch on my mama pound town. Get it right now. If you don't know that bitch, you don't know nothing. You heard it. Did you hear doing the best?
She's a reflection of her audience, whether external or internal. In the industry's eyes, the black community has been cooked. And we're so cooked to the point that anyone that needs to see Dana Dane's video and her message, they may look at it, suck their teeth, and keep it pushing. The government doesn't have to do much anymore. We do it to ourselves. We on autopilot, baby. See, the minorities that the government's focused on right now is the Asians and Hispanics. They don't give a damn about the black folk. But check me out, man. First, I gotta break it down to y'all what exactly an industry plant is, because I see a lot of people got this confused, okay? And then we're gonna compare that to the way that Sexxy Red was able to grow her audience. And at that moment, you will understand the unfortunate truth. Sexxy Red is not an industry plant, but she is the people's choice.
Move this man!
Yeah, I knew y'all wasn't gonna like that one, but I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell a lie. Alright, so many people react to what I said by saying Sexxy Red isn't an industry plant, and they claim that I went to describe the industry plant directly after that point. I don't think she's the industry plant. I think she's a well thought out industry decision that they made after looking at the landscape that we've been approaching and then seeing what could top what we've already seen so far. But she's been at it for a long time, but I think the industry sees the appetite for ratchet shit, and that's as ratchet as you get. So they said, let's go ahead and tap in. I told y'all in previous videos, if I'm a record label and I'm just thinking about the bag, forget the emotional or the black male in me. If I'm just a record label and I'm thinking about what will sell today, I would have signed her over a year ago before she even popped, because I seen what she was and I seen the streets, I seen what was going on, and I knew it correlated. It was only a matter of time. So I don't think she's an industry plant, but it is indicative of the landscape of hip hop, the landscape of black culture. But nah, I was not describing an industry plant. I was describing Lil Baby. See, Lil Baby was a popular street dude that the city loved. Before he was even rapping, he would be in music videos. You probably wouldn't even notice the man. But one day, Coach K from QC said, man, these rappers are already rapping your life. You might as well make music.
And I was like, man, baby, you need to rap, bro. Most of these guys telling your story. You know, your story real.
So like, I got something to talk about versus just trying to rap. Yeah. So Coach K was more so like, what everybody rap about, what everybody doing, that's like what you be doing. Like, you should just try to rap.
He agreed, they signed him, and then began promoting him. They did not adjust his personality. They did not make him a character to destroy the black community. They looked at the market and saw that fans love street music, so they told him to be himself. QC did the exact same thing with the City Girls, but they had already began their rap careers by mistake and had a hit record in their city before they even signed to QC. With JT and Carisha being popular in Miami, being linked in with pivotal Miami rappers like Major 9 and Ice Billion Bird. In 2017, the ladies hit the studio to playfully record a diss song to their boyfriends called F That Nigga. The song took off in the city, and then it caught fire throughout the whole state of Florida. If you didn't know, I'm from Miami, so I witnessed it firsthand. I was Facebook friends with Young Miami before she blew up, and this is her posting a show before they signed to QC. Luckily for Coach K and P, while at a club in Miami, a waitress came and pulled up on him and say, "Have you heard about these girls right here?" P was on the fence, but Coach K was hooked, and a couple months later, he had them girls signed to QC. Coach K said when Trina first came out, she had his confidence about the shit she was talking about. You're like, who the fuck is this? The duo had channeled the full timeline of Miami hip-hop history into something that sounded brand new.
I think that's when he found out about us, the Hip Hop Weekend, because when they came back for Motorsport video.
How much longer before you actually signed to them? Was it a month span? Was it a couple months?
I think it was like almost
2 months.
Like a month or two. It was in December. I know it was December 1st.
So the City Girls end up signing and the rest was history. Once again, I want you guys to pay attention to this structure. Coach K sees two authentic women that are growing organically. They fit the mold of something that he's seen worked already. He knows the market wants it. He signs the artists and then uses resources to help them reach a wider audience. Why? Because he knows there's an audience there that wants to see these women.
I know it's called quality control, but they don't control our creativity. Like it's nothing had to change about us. We still could get on we could do whatever we want, but they're gonna make sure we don't do nothing dumb, of course, but we can still be ourselves.
It is not a situation where QC, the label, is creating personas. They're taking already established and marketable personas and putting them on display for the consumers to purchase the product that they've proven that they've wanted over and over again. But with these artists being raw, they do use a little bit of artist development to help them musically. Not personality-wise, but musically. Just because the label actually does their damn job and build an artist doesn't mean that they're a plant. If that's your definition of an industry plant, then everybody in the goddamn industry is a plant. But it's not, okay? It's not. Let's get serious though. First of all, what is an industry plant? People have the scary idea of what an industry plant may be. It's often used in comparison to like an FBI agent planted to dismantle a community on some COINTELPRO type shit. Like the dude who drugged Fred Hampton before he was murdered by the FBI. But no, it's just simply business, man. Industry plants are usually super talented artists, normally really musically inclined folks that, though they have the talent, they have a tough time creating organic buzz for themselves. The folks that end up becoming songwriters and producers if their careers don't work that well. Usually record labels sign them, they give them A&Rs to help them develop their image and sound, and a big ass recording budget so they can get features and beats from well-known producers. Also usually drop a crazy bag for marketing so the artist can get looks on blogs, playlists, and love at a radio stations during the mix shows. Hopefully during that time the artists blow. If not, they'll just let you sit on the shelves in depth and hope that you pop on your own later. So artists like rapper The Kid Laroi, he's an industry plant if you wanted to find one. Before he had any substantial buzz, he signed a developmental deal with Sony Music Australia in 2017. He grinded doing little festivals and things, and then he connected with Lil Bibby. He then signed to Bibby's record label Grade A Productions and Columbia Records. The late rapper Juice WRLD was also signed on Lil Bibby's record label, and he was the flagship artist. Juice WRLD would then mentor the Kid Laroi, put him on the game to a lot of different stuff, and then eventually, as we all know, Juice WRLD passed away December 8th, 2019. Now 2 days before Juice WRLD passed away, the rollout for the Kid Laroi had already began. His music video, Let Her Go, was uploaded on the Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel, a channel that as of today has 20 million subscribers but has been in motion since 2013. He released his debut project under that record label about a month after Juice WRLD passed away, and Lil Bibby began to use sneaky tactics to push the Kid Laroi onto Juice WRLD's fans. At some point, it became obvious, and the fans called out Grade A Productions for using Juice WRLD's first death anniversary to promote a Kid Laroi song. As of now, he has 32 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and he's taken over as the cash cow for Grade A Productions. That, my beautiful people, is an industry plant. An artist who didn't have true organic buzz. So the record label uses money and connections to build up their buzz and launch their career. That's an industry plant. Now, some detractors may ask, why do I consider the Kid Laroi an industry plant and Lil Baby and the City Girls aren't? Simple, popularity in major markets prior to their record deals. Atlanta has been a popular hub that breaks new artists every single year. With Lil Baby already having a name in that market, it took nothing for his first song to find success because he was already popular. The City Girls' even better situation. Though they were still new to the game, them making a smash hit in Miami made them start making waves in Florida before they even signed to QC. This is organic popularity, organic attention, nothing that's fabricated by a company. So that's an answer to the question for anyone who's wondering why Lil Baby and the City Girls aren't industry plants and the Kid Laroi is an industry plant. Another version of an industry plant is an artist that you think is independent and they are growing an organic following, an organic base. And they put on a facade to gain the notoriety by just the fans showing love to them, and God is just magically making things happen for them. Lo and behold, a major record label is behind them, funding everything that they got going on, pulling all the strings for them. That's an industry plant. And the reason that major labels love this, they seen that fans love what they feel is authentic. So they believe someone is grinding on their own that may propel them to want to support them even more because they have no support, they believe. So this is our person, this is our artist that we're going to push ahead of everyone. So record labels use that as an advantage to go ahead and take advantage of these people's minds in that way. But listen, this is why I want you guys to understand that this is all business. It's not an evil plan, because there was a time where even the major labels were fooled to believe that independent artists had true growth, organic growth. Travis Scott's former manager, who once worked for MySpace Music, someone who understands the music industry, went and found Travis and admitted to faking the streams to trick the record labels.
So in 2009, when I met Travis Scott, I was running a site called earmilk.com with my friends Trey and Blake. And I was a junior level software engineer, and I had just finished working for MySpace Music. So I worked in the technology side of music. For Travis, what we did was fake his popularity. I programmed a fleet of SoundCloud bots to artificially inflate his play counts on SoundCloud. This told record label executives that he was much more popular than he actually was. We also did the same thing early on with Twitter. You may have noticed, and somebody made a joke about it, that his early followers could make an omelet because they were all eggs. We used software to enhance his visibility via the wrong means.
Once again, strictly business. It's nothing super crazy to go ahead and dismantle a community. They do it with white artists all the time. They do it with singers all the time. Rock artists, they do it with so many different people. It's not something that the music industry is doing to attack the black community, okay? They're trying to make money. But now let's talk about Sexxy Red. Unlike the Kid Laroi, she isn't that musically inclined. She could barely stay on beat. And honestly, I could simply end this discussion by just simply showing you her Spotify numbers. She got 5 million monthly listeners in comparison to Kid Laroi's 32 million. We're talking about the music business here. If they're going to plant someone, they're doing it to make money. One, they're trying to plant superstars. And I also want you guys to understand that her music isn't being consumed as much as you think it is. On social media, TikTok, yeah, she does the numbers. Of all the newer female rappers, Ice Spice is dominating when it comes to the numbers. Her Spotify monthly listens is nearly at 42 million per month, nearly doubling Megan Thee Stallion's, 11 more than Cardi B. So if you want to say anybody's an industry plant, at least make it make sense and follow the money. Because it is music business at the end of the day, and Ice Spice is the one who's making the money for the industry. But let's continue. So once again, Sexxy Red isn't making as much of an impact as you think. But since she is the topic of the moment, let's go ahead and drive home this point. She's had viral success before in 2018 with her song 1,000 Jugs over the Vanessa Carlton beat 1,000 Miles, but it wasn't anything to take seriously. It seemed like a skit, a parody of ratchet female rap. Over the years, she's had a few more moments that became memes, but nothing ever stuck. Her social media continued to be deleted for whatever reason. Her brand didn't have any direction or stability. Obviously, there was no label involved. When TikTok popped, she channeled her ability to say outlandish shit that goes viral, and then she finally caught the attention of Summer Walker in 2022. She had a little song called Throwing It, and Summer did the challenge. That started their little friendship, and towards the end of the year in November, Sexxy Red and Summer dropped a playful throwaway song called Since That God Gave You, and there was another track that seemed like a skit. Summer Walker didn't even sing on the song, she rapped, man. And that gave Sexxy Red a little more notoriety. Although it didn't really help her career as far as the fans, I'm sure it helped her get some notoriety with other artists and producers, especially one like Tay Keith. Eventually, she linked up to work with Tay Keith, and the both of them put together the song Pound Town. Now, remember when I told y'all earlier when I was describing the industry plant? I told y'all that record labels would go ahead and give artists the budget to go ahead and pay for the biggest features and the biggest producers. But in this situation, you can obviously see that Sexxy Red didn't have any of that shit set up. At this point, Tay Keith is a super producer. We're making beats like Sicko Mode, Look Alive, Non-Stop, Eminem's Not Alike. That man costs a lot of money. So because Sexxy Red couldn't pay him any money, she doesn't have any label backing. Tay Keith and Sexxy Red reached a deal for them to be able to put the song out together, like the both of them are the artists. So if the song does blow, he has ownership of the song. So if she gets a deal in the future off that song, he gonna give him a bag if they want to license or lease that song. When it comes to the royalties, he'll get his money in the back end that he didn't get in the front end. This is something that a record label would not let happen if they're investing in the artist. They want ownership of the song. They don't want to split it with a producer. They'll just drop the bag on the front end and keep it pushing. Her situation was exactly similar to the Glorilla situation, where Glow and Hit Kid, the producer of FNF, were listed as the artist on the song, and that led to a lot of issues later down the line when it came to Glow going viral and blowing up and going to look for a record label deal. You guys can check out my breakdown of that video up here. But in Sexxy Red's situation, her and Tape Keith decided to distribute the song through Open Shift Distribution. Open Shift is a newer, smaller indie record label / distribution team. Here on charttext.com, you can see all the releases through Open Shift Distribution. It shows the most views they've ever gotten through their releases. The biggest is the Real Boston Richie, 30 million views. The first release I could find on here is 2022, 0506. And the main artist I'm seeing on here is Real Boston Richie, Fredo Bang, and Sexxy Red. Now once again, I'm proving to all you guys that Sexxy Red is not an industry plant, okay? So after the song was released, only Sexxy Red felt like it was a hit, so she began to promote the song. She tried her best to make it like a TikTok jingle, but it wasn't catching. The problem was she was using the wrong snippet of the song.
Too many bitches, where the niggas at? I'm trying to get my coochie scratched. Yeah.
But months later, she hit Miami for spring break, and the song perfectly matched the TikToks for all the spring breakers. See, the spring breakers seeing her out there promoting the song and found a different snippet that they liked.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round. My pussy big, my booty hole round. I'm looking for the hood. With the niggas, come back a bit.
They began to roll with the I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. I'm out here in Miami, looking for the hoochie daddies. That shit was meme gold.
Then once they posted a little snippet of me saying my coochie pink, my booty, that's when it went viral, and they like, what the fuck? I didn't think that was gonna do nothing, because what was wrong with me saying that? I don't understand.
Oh, you didn't see that line as being crazy?
No, I didn't. That wasn't even the first part we was promoting. Like, it was another part we was promoting. Then they heard the song and they took that and put it everywhere. They like, what the fuck she say? So yours ain't like that?
Wait, no.
Is yours?
Wait, hold on.
Is yours?
I didn't think you would. I didn't think that you wouldn't know that that's the craziest line of the song.
Cause no, somebody just told me that they booty hole pink. And I'm like, I said what?
Wait a minute.
I swear to God, I thought everybody's was brown. It's a booty hole.
Everyone used the sound on TikTok. The meme started to go crazy, and from that point, she started to get booked, reshot a music video, and everything, made it a spring break edition. You can see right here on Open Shift, it says Sexxy Red Pound Town Spring Break Edition, official music video. This chart has it at 19 million views. The original version had 3.2 million views. So at first, they couldn't push the song how they wanted to. It didn't really catch on until she went out there and promoted it, and the people heard it, and the people found their version that they liked, flipped it, put it out. The song caught on fucking fire. Sexxy Red stayed down in Miami for the whole entire spring break, man. Just pushing the song, doing shows, performances. It was wild how quickly her success was coming from this one song within 1 month. So with her doing all these performances during Miami spring break with so many different artists coming in town, she was able to network and really gain some mainstream friends. So from that point, the bidding war from major labels to sign Sexxy Red was then on. Although she still didn't go with a real major label, she went with Gamma. Now this is when you guys are starting to see her with people that you wondering why the hell she with these fucking people. But you gotta follow the order. Organic success from TikTok, virality, those things. Labels wanna sign her, she don't go with the majors, she goes with Gamma, a company that's owned by Larry Jackson, former exec at Apple Music. He started a new company, and since I'm sure he doesn't have the original record label set up, but he does have the connections. So he signed Sexxy Red, and what you see after that point? You see him tap into his relationships. He gets Nicki Minaj to do a feature with his artist, Hop on the Pound Town remix. Let's keep this going. Cause now we want some money now. We want some of that money now. Because before you was releasing through Open Shift, they got that bread. That's gone. We can't touch that. But to re-release, let's tap into Nicki and let's make this bread this way to another level. They made it sound good for her to sign to them. And then he taps into his other homeboy, Drake. Drake has a great relationship with Larry Jackson. I'm pretty sure Larry Jackson tapped Drake on the shoulder. Hey, help me get my new situation going. I signed Sexxy Red. I know you seen it, man. Let's get on your show. Let it open up for you. Do this favor for me, you feel me? And that's how you see Sexxy Red with Drake. A black man, Larry Jackson, left the Big Apple, trying to get his own thing started, using his connections to make his company pop. I really hope this is making sense to you guys and you understanding logically how Sexxy Red isn't an industry plant. When she blew up, she had no industry backing. It was organic, growth. The people naturally gravitated to Sexyy Red. She already had a hit song. Larry Jackson signed her to Gamma, and now he's doing his job by using his connections to continue growing the artist. He's doing his job. And Sexyy Red is doing her job by pissing y'all off. She does a lot of groundwork by marketing herself. That's why y'all mad at her for saying something disgusting every damn week.
A lyric I said, damn, this nigga burn me pussy smoking like a seed. What the fuck? It's real life. They act like this shit is not going on in the world.
Remember old Dirty Bastard? He was like, I got burnt by gonorrhea twice.
No, I ain't ever had. I had chlamydia before though, twice. I don't use condoms, baby. Right. I'm the raw dog queen.
She's mastered trolling people. She just says whatever and she gets the reaction. She like, okay, cool. I'm gonna keep saying what fucking ever. It's a cheap way to market yourself nowadays. Outrage brings free attention. When a blog posts somebody and you guys run to react and comment and say how much you don't like that person, you bring that blog engagement. So then the blog says, shit, I don't care how much they don't like them. You making me money. You're bringing me engagement. You're bringing me notoriety. Next time you see my other post by somebody else, shit, you may not engage that much, but at least now it's going to pop up on your timeline because you engaged my previous post about some shit you don't like. So now the people program the blogs to put shit in rotation that continues to get engagement. I'm trying to help you guys understand that the consumers are creating the market. The businesses look at the market, understand the meta, and then follow suit. Why do you think Krishan and Blueface gets posted all the time? Why do you think outlets that have left-wing audiences post Candace Owen? Why do you think outlets that have left-wing audiences always post Donald Trump? They know outrage brings engagement. They don't give a damn about what you like or not. They care that you click and comment. So you are forcing them to force it down your throat, per se. But to get back on Sexyy Red and wrap this up, as someone mentioned in my previous comment section, Uncle Luke and 2 Live Crew has been around. To add to that, Trina has been around. Lil Kim has been here. And the music industry has been wild as fuck lately when it comes to hypersexuality. I'm not saying that it has been pushed before, do not get me wrong, but for one, it was pushed because it sells. Sex sells. And I've been hearing that since my mom was covering my eyes while Halle Berry got dick punched in her stomach in 2001 and then won a goddamn Oscars for Monster Ball. Damn, I bet that made them divestors feel good. If you know, you know. And secondly, in today's age, the TikTok algorithm determined what's popping musically. And the record labels hate it. Why? Because they can't control it. They tell they serious ass, grown ass artists, go make some TikToks, to try to create some engagement because they know that's where it's at. But the reason they really hate it is because the algorithm is a reflection of the user's interest. Therefore, it's hard to push something on to people that they don't want to see. In conclusion, the people want to hear Sexyy Red. Like, look at this. These are some teachers getting the attention of their children by using Sexyy Red.
How I get my students' attention.
If you see me and you trying to see what's up, if your pencil sharpened, if you see me and you trying to say what's up, all right, I need my eyes on me. If you are done with your exit ticket, raise your hand. Raise your hand. All right, I'm gonna come around and collect it.
Ain't no industry involved in that shit. They're programming their children to say ski yee, goddammit. These are black women programming them children to say ski yee. There ain't no big white man in a suit sitting in the goddamn New York programming the kids. These are our people programming our kids to react a certain type of way. I can't play it, but it's a clip that's going viral of New York Jets Hard Knocks, a football team, the New York Jets, and the players asking the DJ to run Sexyy Red ski yee. They're asking the DJ to play it.
Hey, tell them play Sexyy Red. We need that ski.
At some point, the record got too low, and they're like, why you doing that? Turn that shit up.
Why turn it down? Ain't no way he just did that.
Even the white dude saying that, that's my shit, right? Y'all don't know nothing about this. After that blew up, the New York Jets invited Sexyy Red to come to their game during Monday Night Football. And star cornerback Sauce Gardner met with Sexyy Red. Even though Stephon Diggs was playing for the opposite team, he still sent Sexyy Red a shout out after he scored a touchdown. The people are asking for this woman. It's no programming. I keep trying to tell y'all. If you think things are bad, it's been bad. It's been bad. If you think it's bad, you may not think it's bad, but if you think it's bad, it's been bad. And it's at the point that it's going to be hard for y'all to control. All you can do is focus on what you can control and listen to what you want to listen to. Show your interest to what you want to see. There's artists that's out there that's being signed by major labels that they want to pop, but they scared to invest money into it because your attention goes towards negativity, the shit that you determine to be negative. So if you want those things that are positive to pop, then you need to put your eyes, your attention is not your currency, clout is not currency. Give clout to the shit that you find to be worth it instead of complaining all the time. You guys want to complain and complain and complain instead of working towards solutions. Towards the end of the video, when I told you guys the previous video, and I said that listen, Sexxy Red is who she is. She's a lost cause because she's a product of her environment. She was not planted here to cause destruction. She is the product, the fruit of destruction. So if you're concerned with the image of black women, then you need to do the work with the black women that you have influence over, because these proud hoes don't want to listen.
We have gotten so comfortable that decorum is gone.
Yep.
There's no decorum at graduation. People just yell and scream. If they say don't yell and scream or dress a certain way, everybody feel like they can do what they want to do and you can't say nothing to them.
It takes for you to stand up for your own image and fight for your image to be a certain type of way. It's on you, because if a black man does, it's going to come off as misogynistic or misogynoir.
The problem in today's society, that correction has come into question. And if there's no correction, you don't have no order, right? Braces hurt, but they correct the smile. In today's society, like, I correct people as I go along, but I'm real nice to everybody. But if anybody come in my space and do something that bothers me, I correct on the spot. I will hold you accountable to your action, not allow you to manipulate, and I hold you accountable and I'll be nice to you and take the picture, whatever the case may be. But decorum and dressing, these people wear what they want to wear, they do what they want to do, and you can't say nothing.
No.
And that's a problem. And that's why people that like us, that decided to, that work hard and spend their money, want to get together. And that's why we, as one that speak the same language, we just want to be together, because we don't want to be around that. Because when there's no order, you got chaos and disrespect and everything. And don't let nobody make you feel like you bougie because you decide to be clean, you decide to dress nice, you decide that you don't want to live in the projects anymore, you decide that you want to break the generational curse. That ain't bougie. That's just the way our grandparents did.
Exactly.
And I like the way I like what my grandparents did, and I want to be like them.
And I told you guys, it starts in your home when you create families. You scoffed at that though, because you guys want to continue to just push blame on everybody else instead of looking at yourself and saying, what can I do? How can I fix things, rather than just cry and complain all the time? And that's why we're here, waiting for some imaginary shit to happen for things to get better. No, the imaginary shit is you. You have to realize, become real in your intentions and really want to change instead of just sitting and complaining.
We have to come to the reality that nobody is coming to save us.
So once again, calling Sexxy Red an industry plant is a cop-out. It's a cop-out. Tell the truth. The image that's going on in the black community is crazy right now. But that's if you want to pay attention to hip-hop. If you want to take time to focus on that shit, then that's what you're going to see. If not, shine light on other things. But yes, hip-hop looks fucking crazy. We are praising drill rappers that talk about killing their homies and shit. Yes, it sounds crazy. We are praising women who promote prostitution. Yes, it sounds crazy. But if you want something different, promote different. Promote it. Promote it. Make a concerted effort to promote what you want to see. If not, then shut up.